Had independence now over the, if you look at it, the overtaxation where we were being taxed out of our lives, independence from overregulation. We have independence now from radical left bureaucrats and independence from the law.
You put that bill into effect and it's not set to expire for a little bit now. So what are you talking about? Are you talking about the last 4 years of the bill that he basically took in? And then he kind of kept some of your tariffs anyway. Democrats most of the time can admit an idea is good. I mean, obviously they're politicians and partisan all the time, and there's not many good centrists in this country anymore. We need a lot more centrists.
Largest alien invasion that I think any country has ever seen. We've never had anything like that. These people were fools. They allowed it to happen. We've already cured inflation. Your gas prices are way down.
Look those up. I already looked that up. Nope. That's 0.5% January, 0.2% in February, 0.5% in March, and those numbers are a little higher than the historical average. It's not that inflation is that terrible that pisses me off so much about this guy. It's that he says these shit like it's fact. We're at 0% inflation. Inflation is part of the economy. If there's no inflation ever, then something is happening with our economy and we're actually going backwards. So inflation is normal. He's about to say gas. I already looked that stuff up. Gas prices are higher than the day he came into office. They had a temporary dip because this is like 1984. He's going to tell you that yesterday's numbers weren't this what they were, and you're going to believe it eventually. At least that is his plan.
Everything I said is that. But the one thing, it's hard. It's hard. Think of the time we spent on having murderers and gang members and prisoners from all over the world come into our country. We're getting them out fast, but it's a terrible thing what they've done to our country. And I hope you remember it.
It's already been proven. Everything this dude says has been proven, proven, proven. Obviously, American citizens commit more crimes than illegal immigrants or immigrants in general. It makes sense to me. An illegal immigrant, if I was in Italy and I'm just working, paying taxes, and I realize that, if I get stopped by the wrong person, I'm going to deportation jail, or I guess alligator Alcatraz, something like that, then I'm going to chill. I'm just going to do my job, go about my life, raise my family, have a good time. So I don't get that, man. You guys got to look this stuff up. This information is not hard to find. All right, guys, here's a clip where even Trump can't figure out if illegals are necessary workers or criminals. He's going to admit it to all of us right here.
While the illegal aliens lost 340,000, and we don't want bad for them, but look, we have a country to run, and we want to have them come in, and we want to have them help our farmers. You probably saw I got myself into a little trouble because I said,
So, what he just said, in a roundabout way, real quick, obviously he's going to say more, is we want them to come in and help our farmers. So as long as they're helping our farmers, we'll kind of ignore it. So we're going to selectively choose, who gets prosecuted. I'm going to have a whole nother episode for you guys. There's just been some crazy shit where basically he's saying I can change the laws or I can ignore the laws at will. So that's the same thing here. He essentially wants farmers to get some migrants, but not other employers. So it's either all or none, dude. That's it. You can't have it both ways.
I don't want to take people away from the farmers. And we're going to do something I think that's going to be good because we want all the criminals out. Everybody agrees that we're finding the criminals, the murderers, the drug dealers. We're getting them the hell out of here. But the farmers, some of the farmers, many of you sitting right here, I have four friends right in the fifth row. But some of the farmers, they've had people working for them for years.
Probably weren't even farmers. I have 5 friends in the fifth row. I just threw that out there. I mean, they're not farmers, but I'm just rambling. You guys all eat this shit up. That's what he thinks in his head. These people are eating it up.
And we're going to do something. We're working with Christie, and we're going to do something that
If you don't know who this is, Kristi Noem is the Secretary of Homeland Security who admitted in front of a congressional panel that she didn't know what habeas corpus was. Actually, rather, she, I guess, was convinced by Trump that habeas corpus is his ability and his right to remove people and arrest people and detain people illegally. It's the opposite.
we're going to sort of put the farmers in charge. And if a farmer's been with one of these people that work so hard, they bend over all day. We don't have too many people can do that.
Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. We don't have too many people that can do that. So you're saying what? Spanish people are more naturally inclined to want to bend over more? Like, what are you saying?
But they work very hard and they know them very well. And some of the farmers are literally, they cry.
This girl's nodding her head behind her. I mean, maybe she is a farmer. She's probably sitting there like, yeah, we need the migrant workers. None of us people want to do this shit.
When they see this happen, if a farmer is willing to vouch for these people in some way, Christy, I think we're going to have to just say that's going to be good, right? We're going to be good with it because
So different rules for different people. First it starts with the migrants, and then it's gonna be us.
we don't want to do it where we take all of the workers off the farms. We want the farms to do great like they're doing right now. So Christy Nome has
They are not doing great. Easily verifiable.
done a fantastic job. And Tom Homan. And we're working on legislation right now. Susie, right? We're working on legislation right now where farmers, look, they know better. They work with them for years. You had cases where, not here, but just even over the years, where people have worked for on a farm for 14, 15 years, and they get thrown out pretty viciously. And
What are you talking about, dude? Are you the one that's gonna throw them out viciously? Now you're just rambling, dude. This is incoherent to me. So your supporters have no idea what you're talking about.
we can't do it. We got to work with the farmers and people that have hotels and leisure properties too. We're going to work with them, and we're going to work very strong and smart. We're going to put you in charge. We're going to make you responsible.
Rules are important. Laws are important. It doesn't matter. Come on, man. Let me do whatever I want. That's his attitude.
And I think that that's going to make a lot of people happy. Now, serious radical right people, who I also happen to like a lot,
Serious radical right people. That means that he loves the radical. This guy is not a centrist. He has no interest in bringing anybody together. He's just an asshole.
may not be quite as happy, but they'll understand, won't they? Do you think so? Madam Secretary, look at you with a white hat on. Do you think they'll understand that? You're the one that brought this whole situation up. Brooke Rollins brought it up, and she said,
Are we having a cabinet meeting or is this a speech? Nobody knows.
so we have a little problem. The farmers are losing a lot of people. And we figured it out, and we have some great stuff being written, and let the farmers be responsible. And then if the farmers,
So what? You're handling the farmers. You're gonna hand them badges too, in case. I want you to arrest the lazy ones. Go get those lazy fucks. But make sure you get the hard workers and keep them here. Don't let them go anywhere. It'll probably be the opposite. They'll put the wall up and turn them back, like a South Park episode. Stay and work. I'm sorry, we didn't actually want you guys to stop working.
don't do a good job, we'll throw them the hell out of the country. We'll let the illegals stay, and we'll throw the farmer the hell out. Okay, get ready, farmer. I'm telling you.
Ridiculous. See, look at these people. They're starting to look away. They don't even know what the hell he's talking about. It's more and more bullshit. Always, always, always with this guy. Okay, so let's go over this section. Shows some of the sociopathic behavior. But mostly, I love it just because at the end of it, I don't really know what he said. Most people don't. I mean, I think that's why so many people left during like campaign rallies and stuff. He would just start rambling. It's like, okay, I think he's becoming like Biden. And he talked for a little while. Some of it was coherent, and he's already off the rails. So let's get out of here.
We could make it later. And we had nobody but 4 gunners. We had 4, they call them gunners, and they shoot the Patriots. They shoot the missiles up. It's hard to believe. So all of a sudden they said, we're ready. And they were a little nervous about doing it, I want to tell you. Can you imagine? They were nice enough. This is Iran to call me and tell me that they would like to shoot me at 14 times.
Okay, so he mentioned a country, so now I can understand what he's talking about. Later in this speech, he says there's 13,000 homicidal maniacs that he already deported, like in the last 5 months. Not true. 13,000 is actually a number. It's a little bit higher, but guess what? It's over 40 years. So this is Lies of the Orange Area. I break down all the bullshit. I don't care what side it's coming from. Like, subscribe, share this with somebody.